Hi everybody, welcome back to Springfield and Western. Today we are going to take a look on car cards and waybills on the Springfield and Western. We will check out the design of the cards and I show you how these cards can be used to prepare an obsession and how these cards can be used during an actual obsession. You may ask why I do this video right now. Well, there's basically three reasons for that. First, and probably most importantly, I recently changed the design of my cards. They are now kind of very small compared to these older cards, which were quite a bit larger. The second reason is recently somebody asked in the comment section whether I could explain my car card and waybill system a little bit more, and of course I'm very happy to do so. And the third reason really is I recently watched an episode of the second section podcast that was also about car cards and waybills, and my expectation kind of was these folks might go into more detail about the whole system and explain it a little bit more. But instead, there was a guest who apparently had developed some kind of app for your mobile phone that you could use as a replacement for the actual car cards. And I was, let's say, rather shocked because for me, the whole point of having car cards and waybills is that you then have some actual physical paperwork that can travel along with the freight cars from one point on your layout to another point. And by using an app on your phone, this destroys the whole idea, at least for me. Also, I do have a day job where I have to stare at computer screens for 8 or 9 hours straight. And then, of course, we all tend to stare at the screens of our mobile phones the whole day, basically. So when I use my layout, I don't want to look at screens. So let's check out the actual car card design, which I use on the Springfield and Western Railroad. So you might have seen this kind of cards in some of my videos. These are the cards, and the waybills look like this. And then you have a pocket in the cars, and you can, for example, put this waybill to this pocket over here, and then you can see this ATSF 60-foot boxcar is supposed to travel from the team track back to staging. Well, I did like the design of the cards, but there was one issue. The height of fascia on my layout is very limited. And this means when I put a car card like this into a car card pocket on the fascia of the layout, then you cannot see the layout anymore. The card is somehow hiding the cars and the scenery behind the card. And really, this just makes no sense. So the one and only thing I could do to solve this problem was to reduce the size of the actual cards even further and make them much smaller. You can see the pocket used to be down here below the data set of the freight cars, and now the pocket of the card is here to the right of the car data. Also, the waybills that used to look like this had to be reduced even further, and now we have these very tiny things that can be put into the pocket on the right hand side of a car card like this. So there you have a new car card design on the Springfield and Western Railroad. And suddenly you can still see the layout while you're using your car cards. Big improvement. So let's check out what's on the actual cards. So for example, let's take this boxcar over here. We have on top of the card, we have the reporting mark on the left hand side. We have the car number, and we have a little picture of the car. And at the bottom it says 50-foot boxcar in this case. And to the right we have a pocket which is used for the waybills or task cards, I like to say. And it actually makes sense to have different kind of waybills for different types of cars, because for example you don't want to have a covered hopper at a boxcar loading bay. This makes no sense. So, and then we have these really tiny waybills now. They used to look like this and had basically two directions. So this one says from staging to industry B, and when you flip it around it says from industry B to staging. But with the new tiny cards you really don't have space for two directions, but this really doesn't matter, I believe. What's on there now is on the very top it says either spot, hold, respot, or pull. And below this you have the destination, which is the most important thing, because you always want to know where the car is supposed to go. So you already know where it's now. For example, I now take this two-bay covered hopper, and if I put the waybill into the pocket, you cannot see the origin any longer and the type of the car, but this really does matter because you know where the car is right now. So then you put the waybill into the pocket, and then you still see what you have to do now with this car. You see you have to spot it, and the destination in this case is the team track. So now there's several ways to operate your layout. Of course, you can always just do whatever you like and just do a random operation. Now with the cards, you also have the option to just plan whatever you want to do. So you can take your cards and say, okay, today I want to use this boxcar over here, and then I want to do some kind of special movement, and then I'm just planning. I use this car for this action, and I want to do this action with this card, and yeah, then you kind of just use it as a planning method. What you can also do is you let the cards decide what you have to do today. And in this case, we do want to try this. So we have the stack of the waybills for the two-bay covered hoppers, and we have a stack of waybills for the boxcars, and then we have all the car cards. So now we can shuffle the cards around a little bit, and then we randomly pick one card. So first card is this 50-foot boxcar of Norfolk Southern. Mm, I believe this was the stack of the boxcars. So let's pick a task. And the Rebels has spot this one, add the team track, and the origin is staging. So this is the first car of the train that arrived from staging. Then we pick another car. Another boxcar, 60-foot boxcar. So let's see. Okay, now we have a waybill which is only valid for 50-foot boxcars, and this is because this is for Warner Systems, and I don't have space for a 60-foot boxcar at Warner Systems. So I'm trying just to pick another one. All right, this one is fine because it says 50 and 60-foot boxcars. And this one says just hold at Miller and Sons. So the car is at Miller and Sons, and we want to hold it there. So you get the idea, I guess. So after picking all my cars and waybills, I have this situation. And now I really quickly made this very basic track plan of the layout, and I can continue to plan my session. So we have this boxcar from staging to team track. So this would be arriving here from the left hand side. Then we have this boxcar which is at Miller and Sons and is supposed to stay there. We have a covered hopper which we shall pull from the team track and pick it up for staging. So it's currently at the team track. Then we have another boxcar sitting, or not sitting, it's at staging. It arrives with the train and is supposed to go to Miller and Sons. And then we have another covered hopper, which is currently at the team track and is supposed to stay at the team track. And yeah, now I can decide, is it sitting over here or is it sitting over here? Because this makes the whole operation already a little bit different. In this case, I say maybe it's just to the right of the other car. And now we could take it even further if you want to. We can already plan the whole operating session with the cards. So let's try to do this. So Miller and Sons has two doors for boxcars. Let's just say the car that we have to hold is on the left-hand side, and it should remain there. So this means the other car has to go into this spot. So this means I need to arrive with my train, pick up the 60-foot boxcar, pull it from this track, then set it out to the team track, then I have space to move the railbox boxcar to the other door at Miller and Sons on the right hand side. And then I can come back and pick up the larger boxcar, bring it back to, let's say it's called door 1 at Miller and Sons, and then this part of our task is already done. So let's see, then we have some cars, or at least one car for the team track. But the box car needs to go in the very back of the team track because they have a loading dock for box cars, which you don't have over here. And this one is supposed to stay at the team track. This one I need to pull. I mean, that's rather easy. And without knowing or not planning to showcase this, I now discovered that I did a mistake, or actually I will not be able to do it like this, because now I would need to pick up both of these cars, place them somewhere, but I only have more or less the track at Miller & Sons, and I'm pretty sure I won't be able to put 4 cars in a row there. So, because I would need to bring this car to the very back of the team track. Like, simply cannot do this. So I really had to think this through for a few minutes, and I have to admit I don't see a solution for the problem without using Warner Systems as a spot to set out a random car in order to just shorten the train. So this could work like this. Maybe we just place this Warebox car at Warner Systems. Then we have a shorter train. Then we want to have this car at the very back of the team track. So we pull both the covered hoppers and bring these to Miller & Sons, because I know 3 cars there are not an issue. Then we can spot the 50-foot box car at the very back of the team track. Next step then should be to pick up the 60-foot box car, because we want to have it at door 1 in the end. So we pick it up, we bring it to the team track for a little bit. We can, I'm not sure if we can leave all these 4 cars on team track. I believe this wouldn't work because there's not enough space, but let's say we take at least one of the covered hoppers with us. We move over here, then we pick up the railbox box car. Then we can bring this to door 2 of Miller & Sons. We return to the side of the layout. Then we hook up to the 60-foot box car again. Then we have a chance to bring this guy back to door 1. Then we're almost good to go, because we have the two-way covered hoppers. This is already where it needs to go. And SWR 15 is supposed to stay at the team track, so we bring it back. And then we're good to go, because the one and only car that we have to pull is already here, directly behind the engine. And yeah, then we're good to go. Back to staging. So maybe, as you saw, this really wasn't that easy. I have to admit, I really felt this was an easy task at first, but I'm glad I tried it out at the track plan, because this wasn't that easy, really. So now we are ready and well prepared for the actual operating session, but I guess this will be something for part 2. So thank you for today, and and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, leave a comment, and maybe even subscribe. So thank you, and I hope to see you soon on Springfield and Preston.